I'm Kelly Mitchell, and this is Breve TV Uncorked, Women on Wine, Business, and Evolution, sharing rich conversation to enlighten, challenge, and inspire the busiest people on earth. Joining me is my partner in wine and crime, Deborah Trapin. Welcome to the show, Deborah. Always delicious to have you here.
Thank you. That's like my favorite title ever.
I love it. You created it.
I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy to be here and happy to be drinking wine with you.
As always, Women on Wine is our middle name. It's Deborah, Women on Wine, Trapin, and Kelly, Women on Wine, Mitchell. This is episode 84, Banishing the Control Freak, 5 Ways to Restore Sanity in Your Life. We are a world of multitaskers, overachievers, and perfectionists. It's a difficult place to live and thrive and can hold you back from the things you should be enjoying, like your growth, success, and family. This episode, we're discussing how to banish your inner control freak by letting go, giving up some control, and throwing perfection to the curb. Our word is control, so you're behind 3 sips already. We begin with the quote. I also learned that you did not come onto this earth as a perfectionist or a control freak. You were born as energy, as life made up of the same stuff as stars, blossoms, and breezes. And that comes to us from Lamott. So we have 5 ways.
That I'm like a star, a blossom, and a cool breeze because I was like, what? I wasn't born a perfectionist?
Yeah, see, that's a thing. I think we come into this world as beauteous, very simple, uncomplicated beings. However, over time, and because of such situations and circumstances, we get uncomfortable, like relaxing as a blossom and just sitting there, and then we have to start to compartmentalize and grab on. But before we get to that, we have a very important part of this show to address, and that is, what's in your glass today, Deborah?
Well, today I'm drinking a Pondera Rosé. And the coolest thing about this winery that I just want to give a shout out is that they're very musical. So when you actually go to the wine tasting room in Woodinville, they have tons of vinyl records around. And they've got this really cool, like all of our grandparents had it, the TV with the record player, like console get up, there's a piano inside, they always have rad music playing, and it's just a really cool place. So Pondera this is the 2012 Rosé. It is the prettiest color. Woo!
It is.
It is just delicious. You know, instead of focusing on the notes, I'd love to focus on what it says on the back. It says toast to life. Like, they're not pretentious and they're not like, it has apples or this or that. They're like, just toast to life. Like, sister, just drink it. And honestly, I think that speaks to the control freak in me that always wants to say, here's what it is, and here's the notes, and here's what you should drink it with. Just freaking toast to life.
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds amazing. And, well, we can talk about this later. We can talk about this now. When you select a wine, how are you selecting a wine?
I select a wine, honestly, when I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's sunny, it's a gorgeous day, I think I'm going to drink something bubbly or white, or I kind of do it based on the weather as opposed on what what I'm eating. And I kind of move the food around the mood of the weather and how it controls my wine. Interesting. I never really thought about it, but that's the first thing that came to mind, and it's the truth.
That is interesting. You know, today I kind of went on an adventure. And in fact, I went out of my comfort zone because I'll tell you what, when you hear some of the notes in this wine, you are going to think I'm crazy, but it's fabulous. So this wine is actually a 2011 Sextant. It's actually sextant. So that's like one of those devices that was used to either navigate or figure out the stars and all that fun stuff. And this is from the Central Coast. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. The trippy thing about this is, okay, 89 points, that was impressive to me, but I'm like, the first thing that I smell when I put my nose in the glass.
Oh no.
It makes me cough. It's green bell pepper. I mean, of all things. And so I smell it and I go, okay, that's really weird. But it works because it's balanced with plum and fig. So you've got nice notes on the finish, but very powerful bell pepper on the front. I think it makes it a diverse wine because it's got that kind of savory aspect of it. But for me, like something like this, I think I would put with spicy foods because I'm not somebody who likes a spicy wine. This would go perfect with spicy foods or something that's a little, I guess, a little bit more on the edge, like a lamb or a deer, venison, or what else is kind of on the edge? Antelope. That's what I would pair this with. But it's absolutely delicious. And I'm enjoying letting go of the control and experimenting. So
oh
cheers.
My Lord. Do you eat antelope? I've never had antelope.
Oh my God, I had the best antelope in the world, and I can't remember I think I was in Dallas or Houston or something. It's a phenomenal red meat.
All right, well, you're going to have to share a recipe with us for antelope because I've never made that, and my sweetheart, he loves to eat good meat.
I don't have a recipe, but I will look for one. And also caribou is another fabulous kind of game meat, but it's out of this world. Okay, let's get this pate started. So our word is control for obvious reasons. We were going to make it freak, but since that's not part of our regular vocabulary, we want to start with number one. Let's start with number one, which, it's about how do we deal with our control freak side, because we really do, both of us, have a big control freak animal, right?
Well, I feel like I'm at confession because the number one reason I'm a control freak is because I truly believe I know how to do everything the right way. It's the craziest thing, and the older I get, the more I realize it about myself. Like, I feel like I know how to get to every location the best way. I hate backtracking. Don't backtrack. Go this way. Go that way. It's kind of cuckoo. And so I'm having to learn how to kind of let go of the fact that I know best. How about you?
Got it. I think, first of all, you need to let go of the fact that you know best. Please tweet that because none of us know best. There's always room for improvement. And so letting go of that one aspect is a huge improvement, right? So for me, I would say probably my biggest thing is I always want things done a certain way. And I want things used in a certain way. So I will scare to death my family members if I see something like today was my Pottery Barn saucer being used as a cutting board. I think I literally hit the roof with my head. It's a little sore. And part of it is my own fault because I left those dishes that, are wedding china on a lower level. However, and I thought I trained my family implicitly. Obviously, I failed. So now everything
that sounds
is
like a control freak.
Oh my God. So now everything is totally on the top. And so instead of controlling, I've made it easier for them to use the things that I want them to use instead of, setting them up for failure. Don't set people up for failure. You can be a control freak and operate in a positive manner so long as you set up your family for success, right?
So good. That is such a good thing to, because you still have a little bit of control, hint.
Yes.
But you're also allowing them, some choices. Maybe they're limited based on your control freakness, but still they have choices, which is awesome. So my next one,
Now.
I know I've said the C word a couple times. Woo! Control.
Woo!
The other
Women
thing,
Online is our middle name.
yeah,
Sorry.
obviously, right? I think the interesting thing for me is that I also have to remind myself that I can start small. And so for me, like the thought of giving up all control is not going to happen. The word all is not going to happen. So I started small. And so this, in the last 18 months, I brought on an assistant, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give you this itty little tiny thing to do, like one little thing. And I was like, oh, she's doing awesome at that. And I was like, well, how about this? So I started small, and it was like I was petting my control freak inside, saying, it's okay, honey, just one thing at a time.
How much can they wreck if you only give them one very small thing, right?
Although what that did is it made me more confident in my world, and that allowed me to also like relinquish something really big. So starting small allowed me to do something really big, which was to give over being the CFO of our family and my husband taking over that and doing the bills and the budget and all that stuff. And I now can step away from that and do other things.
Love it. I absolutely love that. I love it. Now, so I think giving up little things is good, but sometimes it takes you by surprise. Like sometimes somebody who has a heart of gold takes a little thing that you're used to doing and controlling and surprises you with something that is as good as what you would do, maybe a little bit better. And then something incredible happens. You're sitting in your car, you get a message that there's an image that's been done on your behalf. And you look at the image and you're not sure what it is, but damn is it pretty. Or darn is it pretty, sorry for that word. And it's probably at least as good as what you would do, but panic sets in. That wasn't me. I didn't create it. Oh my God. And then after a split second, you have to look. I mean, if you're a control freak on any level, what you're doing is you're pulling all these things in, and you're either doing stuff half-assed because you've got too much on your plate, or you're not addressing them in a timely manner. And so I went through this instant of panic, and then I went, that's great. Gosh, I need to let go of more stuff. So the realization, I mean, sometimes it takes somebody like not getting your permission, but going ahead and doing something, and then you seeing that somebody else is also at least as capable as you are.
Yeah.
And then letting that go.
Okay, you didn't just say let it go, because I seriously want to sing Elsa. Oh.
Will you sing it for just a second? Well, at the end of the show, like after I put the close, I want you to sing an Elsa, because
you're so bad.
You don't know. Deborah has an amazing voice, and we're going to let her inner Elsa go at the end of the show. Okay, so next point on the control freak side, our tip.
Because we obviously, one of the reasons we love doing Breve TV and having these conversations is because we're constantly learning new things. And so one of the little tricks I play on myself is when I give over control and let someone else do something, I'm actually learning a new way. Yes. So, for instance, when my husband wants to turn left at the light, when I know he should turn right because it's the better way, I'm reminded that I'm about to learn a new way. And there will be a day where it will come in handy, because I'll get up to that light and I won't be able to turn right. And now I know how to get there when I turn left. So
I love that.
And so
I love that.
Looking at things and looking at when you relinquish the control, that there's such power in learning how someone else would do it. And sometimes I will admit there are better ways to do it. And so I'm learning and opening and actually becoming better by that moment of saying, I'm just going to bite my tongue and let him turn the wrong way.
Oh my goodness. And that it's such a good point. I do go crazy when my husband goes the way he's not supposed to go, but he thinks it's faster when it's really not. But again, you find yourself in alternate routes, and it's good to have options. So, you know, just like fashion, it's always good to have options. So, so for me, I really love to make people feel good, but it's so hard. When you're a control freak, it's so hard to make people feel good because you're doing nothing but pulling everything in and showing people how awesome you are and how many things you can control. And then it's like, what's left? You know, your cup is full, but everybody else's cup is empty. So another way to fill other people's cups, or their soul tanks, as you like to say, Deborah, is to share those responsibilities, to give up that control, and let them share how good they are. Let them give you another perspective. Let them give you another route, as it were, right?
That's so good. Because, you know, I mean, we all, well, I shouldn't say all, most of us have a servant heart by nature. We love to help people. We want to be of service. We want to share our talents. And I love the perspective of when we try to take all the control, we steal that opportunity for someone else to bless us with whatever it is that they want to share. And so so good. Awesome, Cal. I love it.
Excellent, excellent. Me too. And now I think I've gone paler and you've gotten warmer. Did I take over your skin tone?
Well, that's what happens when you move off of the island.
Right? My tan is gone. It's official. I am a pale female.
A pale. Use a poke.
Okay. Let's see. I want to make sure that we've got 3 points right now. We have so many tips here.
We've got 4. We talked about the I know best syndrome, the starting the small, the flipping it to learning, the creating happiness for others. It is super important. Do you have another one?
I'm going to go with you because I think you had one more than I had.
Well, I think that the thing for me is that I have told myself it doesn't always have to be efficient. And that for me has helped me kind of cage the control freak from time to time to say it's kind of like the Sunday drive. You know the Sunday drive that everyone kind of like, Norman Rockwell paints about it, and Dad's driving the big old car and the dog's hanging the head out. And like, to me, sometimes that's a lack of efficiency, right? It's like, why would you go the long way through the country when, come on, we know why. Because that's where all the beauty is lying, right? It's sitting there waiting for us. And so I think that just talk to that control freak and just tell her, come on, sister, it doesn't always have to be efficient. We can enjoy life and engage with what's around us and take a little something, something because of that.
Absolutely. Tweet that, please. So to me, am I missing, did you say control?
I said it a couple of times, actually.
My apologies. So to me, I think like letting go a little bit, the rewards are tenfold, because not only do you make people happier, you make your work better, you give yourself opportunity for options and for different experiences that you can share with others. The happiness quotient goes up times 11. And the experience for everybody involved, those that you're finally letting in, goes up by at least 9, if not more. And so I think it makes us all better. It makes those around us better. It makes those that we work with better. And most importantly, it gives us more opportunities to share the wealth.
So good. I love it. I love it. I think that's it. Yes?
I think that's it. Okay, ladies. Now, Deborah, don't forget, you're going to leave us with Let It Go as soon as I wrap, okay?
You are crazy.
I love this. Thanks for listening to Brevet TV Uncorked, and to our fans, go bold, women on wine. Woo! Take control and subscribe to brevettv.com so you won't miss the rich goodness of information for your entrepreneurial and wine lifestyle. I'm Kelly Mitchell for Deborah Trapin and Brevet TV Uncorked, signing off. Take care, and thanks for tuning in. Cue Deborah.
Let it go, can't hold back anymore. That's it.
That was amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Banish your control freak and let it go, baby. Take care, guys.